o'clock. Do you want me to get started, Suresh?
Go ahead, yeah.
Sure, okay. I just wanted to welcome everybody and thank you very much for joining us tonight. It's awesome to see you all, even though we're not face-to-face, so I guess this is the next best thing. Just in case you don't know me, my name is Angela Pathwise. I'm the owner and founder of Big Regrets. It's a transport truck advertising agency. And enough about me. I want you guys to go around and introduce yourself. So I'm going to call on you in order that I see you on my screen. So I'll start with Suresh.
Hello guys, Suresh Kumar, founder and CEO of Connecting GTA. Thank you for joining us tonight. I think we have Alka on the next screen. Go ahead.
Okay. Alka?
Hi, Alka from Pathwise. I lead the commercial and small business department at the credit union. Nice to see you all. I know I've chatted with a few of you on our WhatsApp group, but nice to see all of you and connect with you virtually.
Thank you, Alka. Dolly.
Hi, I'm Dolly. I'm the director of brand and marketing at Pathwise. And I think I know most of you and chatted with most of you as well. So nice to see you all again, at least on screen.
Thank you, Dolly. Chris.
All right, thanks so much for having me to the meeting. I'm Chris. I'm the CEO of Pathwise.
Thanks, Chris. Doreen.
Did you want us to say what we do too, or just a quick intro?
Yes, good idea. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm good at this. This is like Hollywood Squares. I love it.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Doreen Fernandez. Everybody has a story, including businesses. And what I do is I write your story so that it will live forever. My business is called Memory Bloom, and I'm a creative writer. And it's really nice to meet everybody.
Thanks, Doreen. Pat.
Hi, I'm Pat Doyle. I own Pat Doyle Promotional Products. I've done everything, as Angela's heard me say in the past. I've done everything from decorate the sides of airplanes for Bombardier to do game day promotions for NHL teams to ship bottles of maple syrup around the world for Magna. I truly have a wonderful job. Every day is a different day. Right now, I'm most excited because I've been helping a number of clients with their employees and celebrating some of those people that have stood out above the crowd over this last period of COVID. So I'm building programs into 2021. So it's a very exciting time. I'm surprised I'm busier than what I thought it would be. So anyway, thanks for the introduction, Angela. I appreciate the opportunity to speak.
Thank you for joining us, Pat. Mike.
Hi, Mike Franklin. Thanks for having me. I'm the Director of Sales Member Experience for Pathwise Credit Union. My team is responsible for providing banking and financial solutions to our membership and community. So anything from banking to lending to wealth management needs.
Thank you, Mike. We next have iPhone. I don't know who iPhone is. Oh, iPhone's gone. Who is that? Is that Kieran?
Kieran.
Ah, I was right. Kieran, please introduce yourself.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Okay, my name is Lindsay. I'm a certified credit counselor by the CAARP, and I own business debt-free credit solution. I'm in the industry for the last 9 years, and helping people to come out from their debts and rebuild their credit, helping them to dispute the credit. Any sort of problem with the credit, I help them.
Thank you. Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Temple from Pathwise Credit Union. I'm the Chief Experience Officer, and I support sales, IT, marketing, and human resources. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for joining us. I love that we have the whole Pathwise team here. Chadwick.
Hi, I'm Chadwick Ratney, founder and CEO of Hookshot Productions. We're a media production and streaming services company. What we do is we started out at something else, and as COVID hit, we quickly pivoted and became and joined with a phenomenal team of individuals who are so creative in bringing business content to life. So we not only tell your story visually, but we'll make sure that you're on top of the world.
Thank you, Chadwick. Hammett.
Hi, my name is Hamas Siddiqui. I think I am the most recent member of this group. What I do is something very different to what I had been doing in past my whole career. I started a LinkedIn profile optimization service, and I coach on how to use LinkedIn effectively, kind of a thing. LinkedInprofilespro.ca is my website, and that's how I was introduced to Doreen pre-COVID. Doreen and I ran a couple of workshops together in Ajax. Then, with COVID, everything was almost standstill. In this group, I know a few people, like I know Terence. I've spoken to Chadwick a couple of times. I, of course, know Suresh and Doreen very well. And I'll be speaking to Dolly next week. So, a lot of people know me, and I know a lot of people in this group at the moment. With Suresh and Doreen, there is something new which we are discussing at the moment, is to kind of the institutional transformation of this group. Connecting GTA group. How do we institutionally transform this group into a much more powerful networking group and business group? So Suresh, me, and Doreen are working together on this. I never thought I would be doing it, but I got so excited when this opportunity came, and I've worked with many institutions in about 12 countries across the globe, doing exactly this. Thank you.
Thank you, and I totally agree with you. This is the best networking group on the planet, hands down. Terence.
You're on mute, Terence.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello.
Are you at spin? Are you at spin right now?
It's home away from home.
How are you guys? Yeah, my name is Terence, and been a member of Connecting GTA for the last 2 years now. And I'm an insurance advisor for life and health for individual and corporate-owned life and health insurance. And recently, during COVID, I opened my own brokerage by the name of Agape Life Inc. And all plans and all the work is trying to develop that company and hire advisors and penetrate more into the market. And Connecting GTA, a lot of individuals led by Suresh, Doreen, Angela, Shed, Azar, and Keith, and everyone who I know, like everyone has been very helpful. As I speak now, I'm also seated in another Connecting GTA members place at Spin Desert Cafe.
I was right.
This has been my second home now, and the CEO is busy, but you can see these lovely Christmas decorations and everything. Nice. Enjoying that and having my favorite cappuccino and chat. So that has been Connecting GTA is part of our life now. It's like day in, day out. That's what it is, and nice to see new members coming in. I think still with all these efforts, I think I only got to know about 20-25% of the members. There's a long way to go. And this kind of way of virtual interactions is going to definitely help us to get to know more and help each other to build business. Yeah, thank you for being around and supporting each other.
Thank you, Terence. Sue.
Hi, everyone. My name's Sue, and I've been making digital profitable since 1995. I have recently launched a virtual event venue that is just going nuts. I've decided to focus on economic development and not-for-profits, the not-for-profit sectors, and also do some work in small and medium-sized business because I'm a lot in that world, but I'm at the age where I kind of want to make a difference in the world. And And as an entrepreneur, we can do what the heck we want. So I've just made that big leap and made that decision, and I'm sharing it with you guys first. So thanks, Suresh and Angela, for inviting me, and I look forward to getting to know you all. And I've already met Hamad, who I can get business for. So
Awesome. Thank you, Sue. Saj, you're next.
Hey everyone. So my name is Saj. I'm one of the co-founders and partners at Wooden Panda. And if you attended one of our conferences last week, we had a speaker series on the power of branding, personal branding, and social last week. So maybe if you didn't get a chance to attend, we'll host another one around digital marketing in the near future. So Wooden Panda is a full service digital marketing agency. And we help small to medium sized businesses go to market and support them with all of their branding, web design development, transitioning from regular, if you haven't had a website, or if you're looking to transition to an e-commerce store, we can support you with that. But also a lot with marketing, branding, strategy, social media management, and a lot of digital ad buying. So I've been a member of Connecting GTA for the past 2 years. I do a lot of one of our other clients' social media and marketing, also Billa Appliances. And I've also brought Billa Appliances as part of Connecting GTA. So if any of you are looking for some awesome deals on appliances, whether it's for Black Friday or for next month during the Christmas holidays for a Boxing Week or Boxing Month, definitely just reach out to me in the Connecting GTA WhatsApp group, and we can get you guys started, whether it's on Billa Appliances or whether it's for your own business and anything that you want to kind of speak about marketing related. Hit us up.
Samuel.
Hello, how are you guys all? My name is Samuel. I'm a new member to Connecting GTA. I'm in the manufacturing field, so we make biodegradable bags for TTC. We're recently moving to Ajax, so we're looking forward to that. A lot of things on the go. If you ever need any bags or any other stuff related to packaging, I'm always here for you. And I also work for TD as well, so I'm a consultant with TD. So if you never need any banking help, I'm always here as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Samuel. And George.
Hey everyone, George here. Sorry, I'm actually in transit, so that's why I won't be able to open up my video. I received the invite from Suresh a few minutes before the actual conference. So I had the pleasure of connecting with Angela recently, who introduced me to this group. Not a member yet, but will be becoming a member very, very soon. So from my perspective, I'm the Chief Customer and Innovation Officer at Ultima. So Ultima is an independent alternative service provider. We provide home internet services, telephony, TV. We also support businesses. And yeah, so looking forward to connecting with you all and building this sense of community.
Thank you, George. And Ryan. I know you just joined us, Ryan. Can you hear me? I'm going to go with no. I don't think Ryan can hear us. Maybe we can get him to come back on and introduce himself after. So tonight we are very fortunate to have the Pathwise Credit Union team with us, one of my favorite banks. I'm wondering, who should I introduce first? Should we start with Chris? Yes, Alka's nodding. Okay, Chris, I guess I'm going to hand this over to you. Thank you.
Great. Well, thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. I've heard really great things about the group, and I was especially obviously you guys have really great judgment in picking Dolly as your spotlight. So we were all really excited to be here for Dolly picked as the spotlight. She's an absolute star at our organization. Her creativity is just fantastic, and her professionalism A lot of kind things flying around about her on LinkedIn from Lindsay's post and your post, and I definitely echo those things. Dolly, I'm really blown away by your professionalism and everything that you bring to the team. Super happy to have you. If you have the chance to talk to Dolly about marketing or banking or anything, even what she brings to our organization from a employee engagement and spirit, she's always got a smile on her face, and really happy to have you, Dolly, and really great choice on spotlighting her as a member.
I agree.
Thank you. I'm embarrassed.
Man, you deserve it. So should I pass this over to somebody else on the Pathwise team? I mean, we all want to learn more about Pathwise and what Pathwise does for personal and business banking. Who would like to take?
Sure, yeah. So I can start kind of from the top level, and then maybe I can pass it on. Sorry, I didn't totally, I screwed up our flow a little bit. We've been around since 1938. A difference between a bank and a credit union is really the ownership structure. So we're owned by everyone who banks with us, and for that reason, we're not making fat cats rich. It's really about us getting people on their path to financial success. So we try to make it really easy for entrepreneurs to get access to the funds they need, make it really easy for families to get the mortgages they need. We really want to make sure it's not just about the product, that it's about are you set up to reach your financial goals, and that's missed so much in not having the right kind of conversations. Are you on track for retirement? As entrepreneurs, it's tough a lot of the time because you don't have the pensions. Is your business getting ready for sale as you retire? What does retirement look like? So those are the questions that we want to help you answer. Maybe I'll turn it over to Lindsay.
Yeah, I think that was a great summary, Chris. I think maybe Elka and Dolly can add a little bit in terms of small business and the commercial side of things as well. But we have been in the community for a long time, and to kind of echo what Chris said, our most important thing from an employer perspective is what are we doing for our members, what are we doing for the community, and what are we doing for our own employees? And we try to put those three things first. Elka, did you want to speak a little bit more specifically on small business and commercial?
Sure. So with respect to small business and commercial lending, we offer a full range of financial products and services that vary the spectrum from the sole proprietors to partnerships to corporations. We also participate in larger syndication mortgages with Central One. So we have the capability to be able to offer loans, lines of credit, mortgages, investment mortgages, all kinds of business accounts, no matter what the size. Recently, we launched a new product. About a year and a half ago, we launched a new product called microloans, which is designed to help small businesses and sole proprietors with small amounts of money to help them get their business started and up and running, which I feel in this economic climate is a much needed product. On the investment mortgage side, what we offer is mortgages for individuals looking to buy rental properties to rent to individuals. So that would be if Suresh wants to buy a property and rent it out to third-party tenants, that would be an investment mortgage. The one thing that sets us a little bit apart from the way we do the underwriting on this is that we would look at 100% of the rents from that, as opposed to 75 or 55%, which is what other banks would do. Not to get too technical about how we underwrite, what I did want to leave you with is that we offer a full spectrum of services to businesses, no matter what the size or the structure. We are located in Durham, but we're looking to expand across the GTA and even beyond, as and where our business leads us. So that's what I had to share about small business. Dolly, Lindsay, Chris, if you want to add something to that.
Yeah, Alka, I think one huge thing, and having you here, a big difference for us is actually, so if you're an entrepreneur, you're dealing with Alka, it's Alka approving your loan most of the time. You know, sometimes if they're big, it has to go to me, but we don't have a head office that we have to report to. We are the head office. So where you're actually talking to the advisor, they understand your business and they're the ones to say yes to you.
That's great.
Mike, did you maybe want to give just a brief summary of your role and how we could support individuals from a retail side as well?
Yeah, sure, thanks. And of course, I echo everything you guys have already said in sort of how we operate and our genuine care and desire to help members and have that focus in mind. Essentially, on the retail side, we're a full service credit union, so it allows our community to do all of their banking, maybe not necessarily all at once, but you know, their mortgage or lending, their bank accounts. We can structure things that sort of make sense to their banking requirements. And as well as their wealth needs. So to Chris's point, talking about the path to retirement and if you have a plan in place and things like that. We have licensed advisors to talk about different investment vehicles, as well as your banking investments that are very common as well, GICs and savings accounts, et cetera. So there's just a lot of pride. A lot of the feedback we get from our members is really about the human touch that our employees have and their sort of deep care in their knowing our members' financial situation and their desire to actually want to help and really trying to move away from that transactional type of service where a member comes in and just say, I just want this, but having a deeper knowledge of that member and where they're coming from and what their needs actually are. Perhaps there's better solutions that if we're able to uncover those, that we'd rather offer the best solution the first time instead of having a series of maybe adequate solutions one after another, but providing appropriate solutions right off the start. So if that helps, you know, again, we'd love to engage in any conversation to, you know, to understand your needs and from the business standpoint, even to tack on to Elka's point, on the business side, there's also licensed representatives there as well. So even as entrepreneurs, as you have your own personal needs and investment needs and things like that, that we have qualified individuals to have those conversations. And it doesn't always have to be sort of corporate name investments. It could also help you out personally, although you own the business.
Thanks, Mike. I have a couple of questions. Would I be able to ask a couple of questions right now? Okay. These are questions that were sent to me prior to the meeting. What types of account plans do you have for small businesses, please?
So we have a suite of 6 account plans for small businesses, actually 4. 2 are dedicated only to registered charities and not-for-profits. So the 4 plans that we have right now vary in price and the number of transactions that are allowed. The first 6 months of any business account is typically free of charge, which allows us an opportunity to really get to know your business and your account and your transactions and, you know, your real requirement for that account so that we can price it appropriately. So it all really does depend upon what is the kind of business that you are doing with that account. So those were the 4 accounts that we have. It starts from, I believe, $10 to $50 per month.
Thank you. If I own a business in Durham, would Pathwise be able to help me out with a loan?
Absolutely. We start with microloans, which are as small as $10,000, and they can go up to as large as I mean, a microloan is up to $10,000. It could be $5,000, it could be $2,500, and it could go as, depending upon your needs. We can structure loans, lines of credit, overdraft facilities, mortgages as your business requires.
Thank you. And most important question, accessibility to my money. Where can I access my money?
So I think, so the 2 branches that we have in Durham, there's one in Oshawa and there's one in Bowmanville, but we're also a member, we also belong to the Exchange Network, which gives members access to their money over a network of about 3,500 ATMs across the country. So that is quick and easy access to your money from any of the ATMs that also belong to the same network. Dolly, please correct me if I'm getting any of these details wrong. But it's convenient access to your money throughout Canada.
That's excellent. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm just going to look at the chat here to see if any come up in the chat.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So if I have to raise mortgage for as a first-time buyer, how different going to a credit union would be, or getting mortgage from a credit union would be, as compared to a bank?
I'll jump in on that. It's a great question. I'm assuming you meant from a retail or residential, your personal mortgage, not lending or borrowing on a business?
Mortgage for my house, first-time buyer.
Perfect. So there's a lot of similarities between going to a bank and coming to a credit union, and those similarities really relate to the requirements. I mean, we have to know a certain amount of information about you, your income, and different ratios that we have to do some calculations. So there's some similarities in documentation that we would need. You probably find the difference mainly, first, usually the feedback we get mainly is around the feel that you get when you come in and speak with one of our advisors. You get a general sense that they actually care, they're really involved, or want to be more involved in what you're looking to accomplish and helping you as a first-time buyer, whether it's you alone, you and your family, and understanding those different elements and trying to structure the right kind of product for you. In some cases, the product is the same as the product that you would know as it's just a mortgage, and a mortgage is a mortgage. There are some differences that we have where we can amortize a little bit differently. We can go up to 30 years amortizations, where typical financial institutions will go to 25. So we have some slight differences that could benefit you. But as far as a mortgage and being a first-time home buyer, we use the same programs, and you're allowed to utilize your RSPs and so forth as your down payment. None of that stuff changes because we're structured as a financial institution using those products. So it really comes down to, if you're just coming in and talking about one product, a lot of the times the feedback we get is an overwhelming difference in feeling and service, and that you're working with somebody who wants to get to know you and start establishing an actual relationship.
Mike, just something I want to add quickly to that. We don't want to write this down anywhere, but we don't actually stress test mortgages. So after the B20 rules came in with our non-insured, credit unions are provincially regulated, and the banks are federally regulated. So B20 is a federal rule. So our provincial regulator doesn't have that same rule. So we can be a little bit more flexible with that as well. And we can approve exceptions. So if there's particularly for entrepreneurs, sometimes there's a little bit of a hair here or there, or something has happened with credit in the past. If there's a good story, we can look past it and do something for you.
That's awesome. Thank you. I have a couple more questions here that just came. Somebody's asking about more information about mortgages for the self-employed. How does that work?
What in terms of mortgages? So
I'm sorry, I'm just reading the question. They're just asking if you offer. I think that's how I read this. Do you offer mortgages for the self-employed?
Absolutely. We would look at income from their business that they earn from their employment and consider that as income towards the residential mortgage.
Okay, thank you. I have two more questions here. One, somebody's asking about if you guys could expand a little more on your investment products.
Investment products, just wanted to clarify, would it be investment mortgages or investment deposits and things like that?
I think this person's referring to deposits in it, because it says investment products.
Sure, I'll take this on as well. So similarly to other financial institutions, we have the option of talking about needs and going through sort of a risk profile and really sitting down and understanding the members' sort of tolerances for different sort of the volatile markets that we can get into. But we can start off with savings accounts, and we get into GICs and term deposits and things of that sort. And then we have licensed advisors who can offer products such as mutual funds. So there's really the process would be to connect with us, and we'd be able to introduce you to one of our advisors to sit down and really uncover what is the most appropriate advice on what's the most appropriate type of investment vehicles to go through. But we do have licensed advisors to offer that sort of spectrum from basic savings accounts at a bank as an investment vehicle right up through to mutual funds. But making sure we take that process to understand that we're recommending something that's very suitable.
Thank you, Mike. Ooh, the last question I have here in front of me is someone was asking why you guys changed your name. You were formerly AWCCU, and I believe Chris said that you started in 1938 under that name, and then you just recently went through a name change. So do you care to share the story as to why there was the name change?
Yeah, I'd love to. So we were started as Auto Workers Credit Union in 1938 by 4 employees of GM. They didn't feel that the banks would have their best interest in mind should they have to go on strike, and really found it difficult to get the lending they needed. Grew lots over time, and then became Auto Workers Community Credit Union, so open to the rest of the community. But really, if you're not an auto worker or not related to an auto worker, is that really a place for you? Some people would think not. Then changed the name to AWCCU Financial, which in my opinion is a pretty terrible name. And then we decided, we talked to our members, we talked to our employees, talked to our community, and looked at our own values and our value proposition and our mission, which is putting people on the path to financial success. So Pathwise made a lot of sense for us. We brought that to the members. The members were really happy. We got 98% voting in favor of changing the name. And so this is just continuing on the journey we've been on for the last 80 years, but really living that through our name.
I personally love it. I think Pathwise is a perfect name. Does anybody else have any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I do have something just to add as I sit here listening to everybody, and it's just amazing, the wealth of knowledge and expertise, and I didn't really plan on tonight's meeting being what it is right now. I thought this is just amazing, just to get to know everybody here at Pathwise. I did attend a fraud session there one time, and I got to meet Dolly and Alka in person. And one thing that really struck me when I entered the premise, because I used to work for the top 4 banks in Canada for over 25 years. But one thing that struck me when I entered Pathwise was a feeling of community, and it felt really like a family-oriented, place, and it was really comfortable, and everybody kind of helped each other out. And it kind of resonates with me now being a member of Connecting GTA, because within our team, we really do consider each other as a family. We may be small in number compared to some of the big networking groups out there. We're really big in heart, and we have so much to offer. And just as Pathwise can do so much for us in terms of our financing needs, whether on a personal front or a business front, as entrepreneurs, I think our group of Connecting GTA can lend so much to Pathwise, not just for your staff, but for your clients as well. So if you have the need, we have 200 people in our group that can add so much value to helping your clients out as well as your staff in terms of LinkedIn training, optimization, strategy building, content creation, insurance, or the list goes on and on. So what I'm saying is, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, even through Dolly, and we'll be happy to form a relationship with you as well and take it forward. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks so much for having us.
So we still have half an hour, 25 minutes to kill. So I
think Samuel has a question. Go ahead.
I have a few questions. Chris, this question's for you. I was actually looking up online. You used to work for TD, right?
That is correct.
So I'm still a consultant with TD. So I worked about 15 years with TD, did the whole role, FA to BM to commercial banking. And then I left TD Insurance. So here's a few direct questions. So when it comes to, when you said small and commercial banking, what's your tolerance level? Is it past $500,000 lending input or money in or money out?
So where do we make the difference? Where do we make the split between small business and commercial? We don't necessarily have a hard line. So so as Alka said, we do the micro loans, so under 10,000. Independently, we can lend up to 4 million to any one connected borrower. Above 4 million, we usually syndicate with other credit unions. So we're the only relationship that you would have in that case, but we credit unions kind of share the loan. So pretty regularly, you know, there's 40 or $50 million loans coming out of credit unions.
Perfect. So when it comes to your structures on like the features of your commercial banking, right? Do you offer ETFs, wire transfers, PIN locks, verifications online, or is that something that is that part of the package of being a commercial member of you guys?
Yeah, so one of the cool things about the credit union world is we try to own as many businesses as we can that offer ancillary services to our members with other credit unions. So we actually own like a wealth management type company. So they are a mutual fund company, and they're a mutual fund distributor, and they also are our discount brokerage. So we Q-Trade, you probably heard of them. That's actually owned by us. So that's what we use for ETFs, things like that. And then, yeah, we do all the wire transfers, and payments modernization is coming in open banking. So we're working on all those things. We do it collaboratively with our Credit Union Central and our National Trade Association. So it's a pretty cool group. Where at the banks, you know, TD and RBC, I'm sure, talk at the very top, but you know, in our organization, we're always connecting with other credit unions to, you know, share learnings and work together.
The other question I have for you, when you said 4 million is your max, right? Do you guys run as a term loan, or do you guys do an LOC?
Either one. So what we do, the 4 million is the maximum that we give to any one connected borrower.
Okay.
From a regulatory, we could do up to 5 million, but we set our limits a little bit lower than that. So that could be a mixture of term loan, mortgage, line of credit. We generally don't do a $4 million operating line just because it takes a fair bit to monitor that. But you know, $4 million mortgages is pretty common.
So if I were to come as a customer onto like your Pathway, right? So Pathwise, for example, I'm looking to move to Ajax. So we're building a plant in Blowers Road. It's about an $8 million project, right? My commercial line is about 2.5 million with BMO, but we're working with BDC on the front of funding the commercial. We already bought the property. We bought the land. Sorry. Now we're building it. When you said 4 million, does it fall in the ballpark where your line and your business term loan and your mortgages all together in that umbrella, or is it separated?
Yeah, that would be total connection. But as you get larger than that, then we can syndicate with other credit unions together.
Got you. When you said you are the head office, like your underwriting team, your risk management team just falls under your umbrella, or is it a third party that runs your TDS, GDS?
No. It's so we're owned by our members. Our members elect our board. The board hires me, and then I hire everybody else. So we're a completely independent organization. One of the 7 cooperative principles that so all cooperatives, up to them if they want to follow it or not, but one of them is autonomy and independence. So we're a completely independent organization. We're regulated, but other than that, we're independent.
Do you work with, when you said regulated, you mentioned you're regulated by the provincial aspect of things, right? So if I were into a FedDep organization, which is a federal development fund, a business upscale, we used a lot of a TIP program with EDC. Are you still a member within that regulation to tap into those resources?
We're not a member of EDC, but just for a reason that we haven't had members ask us for that. The other cool thing about being kind of small and being nimble is if we have members asking us, hey, we'd really like this feature, or, you know, this account isn't really working for us, you know, can you do this? We can do it because, you know, there's only so many people in the organization and we're completely independent.
Okay, gotcha. When it comes to your risk tolerance, what's your appetite like versus the main chartered banks?
We call our risk tolerance moderate. So probably, TD is known as a quite conservative lender. We're not as conservative as TD, but we still have to be good stewards of because it's our members' money that we're lending out. But we're also deposit insured up to 250,000, where the chartered banks are 100,000.
Also, from a personal point of view, do you guys deal with Genworth or CMHC, or is that you're off? Still part of that? Okay.
We deal with both in the same manner. It's just and so we need to stress test those mortgages, but on our non-insured portfolio, no stress testing.
And what do you when it comes to rates? Do you guys compete with the chartered banks, or just is it because you're a credit union, you do have a little bit more expensive?
It depends. So we're mid-market, so we're not going to be like the monoline lenders like you hear on the radio that just do mortgages and it's all about rate. We price ourselves the same as the banks and the same as the other credit unions. And we really try to be focused on a relationship with our pricing. So if you have all of your products with us, and Mike can attest to this because he created it, we're really going to give you rock bottom pricing. If you only want to bring us your mortgage, then you maybe won't get the best price.
Fair enough.
Thank you for. I'm going to ask, actually, could you guys put your email addresses in the chat? So if anybody has any other questions that they think of after the meeting, they can send you an email. Is there, Chris, are you able to do that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions?
My last question.
I was thinking we could do something a little bit fun in our last few minutes, but go ahead, Samuel.
Just the last quick question. What makes you different than Meridian Bank, or sorry, the Meridian Credit Unions, or Trust Credit Union, or Centura Credit Union? Like, what makes you stand out?
So all credit unions would have a different strategy. So our strategy is member centricity. So we really make sure we want to be more responsive to members. We want to be really flexible, and we want to offer really high quality financial advice. So Meridian, I know them. I don't, I haven't been a customer, but I think it's really more about efficiency, and they're a little bit more bank-like. Some credit unions are really, really small. Some are really, really big. They're all kind of their own thing. But ours is all about being member-centric.
Awesome.
Can I add something to that, maybe?
Sure.
Yeah, the other reason why I think we would stand out, especially for this group, is we are Durham Region's largest locally owned credit union. We also, Dolly, you might have the number for this off the top of your head, but there's a large percentage of our employees and leadership team that are all female. We have recently been named Durham Region's first living wage employer, which means we don't pay minimum wage, we pay at the living wage or above. And we're the platinum level. So not only do we pay our employees at the living wage, but we ensure that any secondary and tertiary services we use also pay their employees at the living wage level. And just recently we passed our strategic plan, and we're going to be focusing on 4 new areas going into next year. Chris, do you mind if I share the SDG piece?
Not at all.
Okay, I think this is really cool, so I just want to share it. So starting next year, we've hired an additional person on our team who's going to be the community impact leader working alongside Dolly. And we're going to be focusing on 4 areas of sustainable development goals from the UN. The first is gender equality. The second is decent work and economic growth, reduced inequalities, and climate action. So these might be areas that even if you aren't interested in potentially banking with us, you might even be able to partner with us in some way to make some of these things happen, because they're extremely important to us, and we want to be setting sustainable programs in these 4 areas going forward. Chris,
Lindsay, it's actually 5. There's one more, and that's especially important for Connecting GTA. It's sustainable cities and communities. So it's what you're doing at this group, for example.
I am definitely interested in learning more about that. Can I reach out to you for more information, Lindsay?
Absolutely, I'd love to chat with you about it.
Okay, thank you. And does anybody have any other questions for Pathwise?
I was going to ask you, I think Dolly has answered that, but some of the members were asking in the WhatsApp group, you don't have to be a Durham business person to banked with you or worked with you guys, right? Anyone can.
That's great. Okay, so what's everybody doing for Christmas? Let's start. Sorry, I'm going to pick on people here. This is, I thought, what are you guys doing for Christmas? So let's start with Pat. What are you doing in your business?
You know what, as I approach Christmas, the closer I get to it, of course, the business starts to slow down a little bit. So I've been focusing an awful lot of my energy on, putting my business online and transitioning from perhaps maybe the old traditional way of doing things. I don't know about everybody else on this call, but I'm loving Zoom. I used to put 50, 60,000 kilometers a year on my truck. I was always a road warrior. I was out busy all the time. Since all of this has happened, and I've had to figure out how to transition my business onto Zoom, I've had a tremendous amount of fun, and I've re-engaged with people that I haven't engaged with in a long time. So I think that's what I'm going to do for Christmas, is more of this. And I encourage everybody to get a campfire going as their background photo. Perhaps maybe I'll come up with a Christmas theme for that background photo as I move forward. But it's, I think that's what I'm going to do for Christmas, is relax a little bit, celebrate my friends, celebrate my family, and find maybe some quiet snowfall background while I'm, doing all of that passive thinking.
You up for help, Pat? You can direct us where we can find like the Christmas tree, the lights behind us, or the snowfall.
Yes.
That's a great idea. Chadwick, were you going to say something? Did I interrupt you?
No. I was going to say to Pat that I chose to go on the Caribbean on the beach rather than being a campfire.
You know what? I don't think you've got a bad thing going on there. That's a pretty cool looking idea.
Yeah. No. So for Christmas, for our company, we're actually trying to give back a little bit to the community. So we're actually doing a variety show with performers, and we're going to stream it live. So you're going to be able to see some nice Christmas songs, see some performers sing, dance, and try to cheer people up a little bit in this time where they're feeling a little somber.
When is that?
It's going to be December 18th.
December 18th. Where would we find out more information? And
We'll issue some things shortly. Yeah, awesome. I'll send it out. I'll certainly put it on the group so you can see it.
Oh, look at Chris's.
The duck.
You see it work or something. That's awesome. What are you up to for Christmas, Doreen? What are your plans?
Business-wise, nothing really. I've been kind of dabbling in a few things here and there with a couple of the members in Connecting GTA, just looking for opportunities and actually trying to line up some synergies within our club itself. Like we have
She froze.
Darn. Okay, let's pick on George since we can't see him. Are you still with us, George?
I am, yes, sorry.
So I tend to lump somebody in a category.
Oh, sorry, Doreen's back.
Am I back?
Yeah, you were out for a bit.
Yeah, I keep cutting out. I don't.
Maybe it's the kid down the road that's downloading or something.
I'd love to have a button to be able to make people glitch like that.
Well, George might be able to help you. He's an alternative service provider.
That's true. Sorry, Angela, I actually had to take a phone call real quick, so I missed the question. Was it just seeing what everyone's up to during the holidays?
We were just asking, just out of fun, if there's anything you wanted to share with us.
I don't know why. Something struck me the other.
Oh.
Are you with us, George?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, so I was just saying, I missed the question. Sorry, so you cut out on the other end. So it was just to kind of know what's going on with the holidays, or?
Yeah, what is Ultima Telecom doing for Christmas, or what are you doing for Christmas?
Oh, yeah, so great question. It's definitely a different year because we have transitioned all our teams to pretty much full-time remote work. So we are actually working with our employee experience team to basically figure out, okay, how do we tackle this year? How do we take the time to still recognize our team members, all the efforts they've put in? So we're probably going to go with personalized gift baskets. So we're going to try and add a personal touch to every gift basket and send that across the different team members' locations, and have, you know, like a few huddles leading up to that, and try and make it as fun as possible, even though it's going to be a little bit more virtual. So that's more that's basically what we have planned for some of our internal teams.
That's awesome. Suresh, or anybody else want to share?
I don't have any plans yet, but I'm looking forward to the new truck that we are working on.
Yes. Yeah, we have a few new trucks launching. It's fun. We're doing a virtual Christmas party on December 11th, and we're using Sue's World Event Center platform. And we're mailing, and you all are invited. If you haven't seen the inbox or the invitation in your inbox, let me know. It's a big event and everybody's welcome, and you'll receive a little package in the mail with things that you need to do while you're at the party. We're going to try to make it as interactive as possible. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share?
I guess I can talk a little bit about what Pathwise is doing in terms of community. We, you know, as part of being a community bank, is that we really try to help those around us who are not doing so well. One of the things that we do every year is an angel tree effort for the Salvation Army. So, you know, all of our members who come in, they usually drop off a toy that goes to the Salvation Army that gets distributed. So the tree is going up, I believe this next week, early next week. So the members and anyone that's in the neighborhood usually drops by and drops off a toy, unwrapped toy that gets given out. And we're also helping with the Backdoor Mission. They're friends of ours, and they're a good. What they do is they help the homeless community as well as those who are not, you know, doing well. So they're doing a video this time, and so we're supporting them with some sponsorship for that as well. So there's always something going on in terms of community efforts within Pathwise. So you probably see me post stuff on social. So if you do happen to drop by our branch, do drop off as a toy for the angel tree, and it goes to a needy child.
Thank you. That's
The
awesome.
tree is up as of today.
Is it up already, Mike?
I'm looking at it right now outside my office.
Fantastic. Yeah, then it's up already.
Doreen, you cut out. Would you like to try again?
I don't know why I keep cutting out.
It seems like it's not cutting out or freezing again.
Yeah, no big plans. As I said, I'm just working on some mini projects with some of our members within Connecting GTA, working with Suresh and Hamad, as well as Chadwick, just to kind of line up some synergies within the club members and tell people about us. I was reminded the other day, having a conversation with Pat Doyle, you know, people tend to lump everybody into a category. So, for example, they tend to see him as just a promotions guy, but really he's just so much more than that. And he rhymed off a list of things that he did, and I was just speechless. You know, he does training and employee recognition type things, and I thought it would be so amazing for people to actually get to know what he does. Same thing with Chadwick Crichton, you know, and his new business that he's pivoting with. It's amazing that how much value add that we have within our team. I'm just so proud of everybody and just so excited about what everybody brings to the table. So in terms of content creation and helping businesses to succeed, you know, and that's what we do. You know, we don't just offer a service, we help business to succeed. And I just couldn't be more proud of everybody. So I'm just working along with those little projects, and hopefully in the year 2021, which is really just a few days away, hopefully things will start to get better, and we'll start to see some benefits coming along our way.
Thank you, Doreen. Well, Suresh, I'm going to turn this over to you. Do you have anything to share, as we only have 5 more minutes left? There must be some club announcements, or?
No, we have our Christmas event coming up on December 14th. Again, I'm using Sue's platform as well. And then we have a virtual trade show coming in January, and Chadwick is helping me out with that. So working together on those type of things to promote the club members as much as possible. And like we all said with Pathwise team, let us know how we can, make things happen. Like, bring in more customers. I think there were a lot of confusions. Samuel was one of them, so I told him to come in and ask all the questions. He is building a head office in Ajax. I'm helping him with the political side of the contacts, but when I told him about Pathwise, right away he went and looked up Chris and the team, and he got excited. So it's a good client that coming your way.
Suresh, I'd like to chat with you after to find out this platform of Sue's that you're using for your parties. Sounds interesting. I'd like to learn more about it.
It's an exciting tool that it gives you the option to move from table to table, like you are in an actual banquet hall.
Okay.
So, it will be a good tool to kind of, you feel like you are moving from table to table within the platform. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're looking to do a Christmas sort of gathering for our employees. So I thought it'll be maybe something good to look into.
Perfect.
The neat part about it is when you move to table, you just see the people that are at that table. And then when you leave that table, you go to another table and you just see those people. So, I've been on some Zoom meets where there's, 100 or more people, and it's overwhelming, and especially if everybody's trying to talk, and they try to do the breakout rooms, but still not the same. Her platform's really unique in the sense that you're able to get more one-on-one with people. I think there's only 6 per table.
Nice.
They have the ability to do, to have speakers and presenters, and then she could tell you all about it, and Suresh can introduce you.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
I've been on lots of the events.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys. I know it's almost time. We have 3 minutes, but I know it's Thursday evening. Thank you so much for the Pathwise team to take your time to come out and speak tonight. I hope it was worthwhile for you. We were live on Facebook, so not just the people who are here, but more people would have seen the messages, and hopefully will help you guys to drive some more business.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
Hope we didn't bore you with all our banking stuff.
Thanks, everyone. Nice meeting everybody.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Be well, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.